Is love unethical? When I hear the word ethics, I think of morality. I think everyone has different morals and values, and based on what morals you have, that may determine whether something is ethical or unethical to you. I've heard the argument that you have no right to love you who are worse than others, guilty of the most unpleasant forms of internal treachery. It's impossible to fully know the person you love. If the nature of one's whole self is not transparently known, is love an informed decision? It's possible that no one truly loves you but yourself. It's your own self that can perceive whether or not you can be loved. You are the only listener to your own thoughts and the only knower of your worst impulses. You seek to make yourself into someone that might be worthy of love. In doing so, the threat of your presence is disguised. So I ask you, have you considered that others do not deserve the burden of loving you? I agree with this argument to a certain extent. However, I'd like to offer some nuance, and if this isn't nuanced to you, hopefully I can make it more positive. I think the inherent dissonance between one's self-perception and the way they're seen by others is part of what makes that bond between y'all so valuable. The nature of individuality makes it impossible for someone else to know you the way you know yourself. However, I think that doesn't mean you cannot connect to another person, and I think that connection to another individual is something that is truly beautiful. I think the argument that you have no right to love you is made by people who feel guilty for accepting love. I think the reason why they're so guilty is because they believe without loving themselves, they are unlovable. But for my fellow film enjoyers, I offer this. You accept the love you think you deserve. With that, I digress, but anyways, I disagree with the idea of someone being unlovable without first loving themselves. Love is taught like anything else, and to be perceived is to be translated by the beholder, and to be loved is to be changed and burdened. However, I think the joy that love is meant to bring is worth the work of being burdened and being changed. It's rewarding and something that is meant to be shared with others. So, is love unethical? No, I think love is ethical. Yes, a person will never be able to perceive you the way you see yourself. They will only know the you that they built inside their own heads. However, you are someone that is being built every time you interact with anything, whether it's another person or whether it's with yourself. And you cannot control what gets built. And I think you can only be accepting of love, understanding and thoughtful of other people, and loving towards what you feel that needs loving. Take my opinions and thoughts as a grain of salt, but if you do take the time to think about what I'm saying, what I offer to you is think about how you love and why you love the way you do. And I will be taking my own advice to not be hypocritical, and I put this in the form of poetry. The cat that bites. I grew up less than human, somewhere between an object and a pet. I was told to stay put, don't make any noise, don't fight back, and I did it. I don't think I could love this gently. How could I be anything but messed up when I was raised by a cat and a dog? I was taught distance and closeness. I was taught to run away and to face fear head on. I'm quick to trust, but quick to anger and even quicker to flee. Love is for anyone who gives me such as a passing glance, a scratch on the chin, set me free. Loyalty is for people who allow me to curl up in the dark hallways of their hearts and then vanish down the hall and have faith that I will meander back. I rot in my bed as though I wish to be euthanized. I howl into my pillow as if it's the moon and sob for something other than what I've been given. I think with the close distance that I put everyone in my life in is not helping me anymore, and I know I am fucking terrified of letting people love the way I need to be loved. I think my way of loving them is letting them love me.